ou in die hoed wat al die skuld geneem het. Arme ou Jan met sy Nederlandse oosvloot, westig winkel op 'n straat in Kaapstad. Die ANC het 'n gunsteling reël gehad, as dinge verkeerd loop is dit 'n Jan gemaakte ontwerp. Van die Moenie trek door die wennersparade, elke enkele skuld was 'n prys wat Jan betaal het voor koor. O, die geskiedenisboeke kry rus. Ons het 'n nuwe ou gevind om op die proef te stel. Sit die portret weg. Bære die ou veerpin. Daar is 'n splinternuwe skak vir die politieke wetsontwerp. Koor, ons verruil die Jan-kaart vir 'n Trump-kaart. Dis die blinknuwe manier om die blamspel hard te speel. Gaan die krag uit, is die pad vol gate. Moenie na die begroting of die kieserspeilings kyk nie. Draai net daar die kaart om, sien die goue hare. Die don is die rede vir die slytasie. Ja, ons verruil vandag die Jan-kaart vir 'n Trump-kaart. Die infrastruktuur verkrummel, die krane loop leeg. Maar moenie vra hoe en moenie vra hoekom nie. Vergeet die jare van dieselfde ou groep. Die oranje man en Daisy kom vir jou. Ongelykheid styg, dis 'n Mar-a-Lago komplot. Hy is so gemeen en boos, glo dit of nie. Die oorspronklike gangster is uit-ideer, want Jan van Riebeeck is nie meer moordnieuws nie. Brug is die nuwe sondebok. Die vars allebei. Wanneer die beloftes in 'n leuen verander, koers sluit aan. Amerika is gemeen, die wêreld is so koud. Dis die beste storie wat nog ooit vertel is. Kry jou kaart, speel jou deel, gitaar, sing dit is solo. Ons ruil die Jan-kaart vir 'n Trump-kaart. Dis die blinknuwe manier om die blamspel hard te speel. Gaan die krag uit, is die pad vol gate. Moenie na die begroting of die kieserspeilings kyk nie. Draai net daar die kaart om, sien die goue hare. Die don is die rede vir die slytasie. Ja, ons ruil vandag die Jan-kaart vir 'n Trump-kaart. Ons ruil die Jan-kaart, tot ziens Jan.
Sien jou later,
Hallo Don,
jy's die heide.
dis nou alles sy skuld, elke liewe bietjie daarvan. Kyk na die kaart, baba.
Laaste fonkelende sentklokkie.
Where did the
April morning '94, the sun began to rise. I saw the hope of a nation reflected in their eyes. Go-go standing in the queue, 12 hours in the heat, just to cast a paper dream and make the change complete. The world was singing with us, the aid was pouring in. The Springboks took the trophy, we thought we'd finally win. The salad days were golden, the future burning bright. We were dancing in the glow of the Rainbow Nation light.
But the world is growing colder now. The promise started thinning. We traded in our liberty before we
the top, but it's the exact same game. Patronage and poverty spreading like a flu, while they're shaking hands with tyrants. What's a citizen to do? Stagnation in the water, corruption in the air. They squandered all the goodness and they didn't even care. Don't need the stars and stripes when you got the Russian red. They'd rather blame the orange man for all the tears we've shed.
The belt is growing darker now. The dream is out of fashion. They traded in our future for a totalitarian passion.
And they ran to Tehran, turned their backs on the West for a different plan.
From the Cape to the Kremlin, Beijing to Havana,
While they're screaming out Ubuntu like a holy Hosanna. Yeah, they ran to Tehran, building bridges with the ghost in the desert sand. Warships in the harbor, shadows on the dock. The answer's moving while the world is in a shock. They love the iron fist, they love the party line, leaving us behind in the ruins of the shrine. They ran. All the way to Tehran, sailing with the bandwagon. Goodbye to the rainbow. We're running all the way
to Tehran.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the program. It's Chris, live in central Pennsylvania for Night Owls. My apologies for the tardiness. I did ask one of my mods to come over. I think Hendo warned you that I was being interviewed on another program. It ran over a little bit. Let me check on the sound. Interviewed on another Sounds good. All right, so welcome back. Let's loosen the collar here a little bit and relax. Welcome back to the program on a Sunday night here on the East Coast. I don't even know what happened in the NFL. I was so disappointed by the rugby today. I didn't know what to do. Let's take a quick look at the NFL scores here and see what happened today. So Patriots are beating the Chargers in the fourth quarter. The 49ers beat the Eagles. Ooh, that's a little surprise. The Bills beat the Jaguars. The Bears beat the Packers. And Rams beat the Panthers. I didn't know the Panthers made it. And then the Steelers beat the Ravens. So they're at the end of the season for at least 6 different teams there. Their season is over. So much for that. Well, anyway, as I said, I don't really follow the NFL much anymore. So welcome to everybody in the chat. Mad Max, Mark Feldman, Work People, Angelique, Colonel Wyatt Fan, Vela from the Meadow, Hendo, Karen Long, Vesperlin, Marcel, Nicola from Belito, Work People, Felicity Duprier, AJ Quinn, Petrus van der Linde, Sumari, Marencia Quinn, Momo, Conrad Herdenhuis, Peter Talliard, Krista, Ulrich Fenter. A lot of you are becoming the regular, the usual suspects here on the show tonight. Malcolm Cloty, there's an OG. Dory Smith. Who else we got here? CBB, another OG. And then Trippy, welcome to you. Xavier Grayling, Zona Bloom. That's all before we got started. Then we finally got started about 10:17, about 11 minutes ago. So thank you all for being here. David van Rienen, Arnold Neveling, Jarethra, Xavier Graining, Utopi, Pikachu, Conrad Redenhuis, Expats Pen, Smee again is back again. Good to see you again. On the move. Always good to be on the move. Carol Ann. And then Lawrence Duplessis, Anton Mulder. Caught the end of your interview with Raising Cane. I subscribe to the channel. I'll have to go and watch it later. Okay, thanks, Nicola. Appreciate that. Yeah, he does it on Rumble. I don't think he's on YouTube. Russian flagship would never fly our orange, white, and blue flag. Rainbows be sinking, says Mark Feldman. And Ben Stapleberg is here. Good to see you again, Ben. Hermanus Johannes Elang. Found an amazing job in the USA doing exactly what I was doing in South Africa starting Tuesday. And I'm going to guess, Ben, for significantly more money than you made, unless you were very high level and you have to start entry level. Otherwise, you're probably making a lot more for the same work. But it's relative, not relative, because you actually live a lot better on the money you make in the States. And then Blutkop, Fluffy Navel, Pat Schultz, Rena Watt, Charlie Pollock, Laverne, Fundameva, Karen Nell, Thing of Noun, Sally, Hermanus, all of those. Phoenix zipped ahead. I had to go back and find you guys. Cecilia Kruger, Jacobus Olof, and then Antonels, and 4 times more than I was making. Yep. Oh, but it's not real. It's not happening. No, it's just Trump undermining South Africa. It's not real. No. What are you going to do in America? How will you find a job? What about the medical? You'll be living in a FEMA tent in the colonel's yard. Remember all that nonsense? Where are the FEMA tents? Where are the FEMA tents? Where are the toothless, uneducated boors who came over that nobody wanted? It doesn't seem to be the people that I'm meeting. Seem to be very talented and prosperous and driven individuals who've been driven out of a country. Because did you see the guy that came in the chat doing the interview earlier? Oh, basically, this is basically what he said. Oh, you betrayers, betraying South Africa. Be gone, get out. Just as good that you leave. He got a timeout. I gave him a timeout immediately. No time for that nonsense. Why do people have to be so hateful? If you don't like what's being said, then go watch something else. Don't be disruptive. The empowerment of buttholes on social media is just astounding. Good morning, fellow South Afrikaners. Trust all as well. Hey, Rudolph Skeppers, what's going on? Yeah, the FEMA tents were all taken by the Somalis. Yep. Moving into a house in the work area now that we can afford it. Okay. Congratulations, Ben. See, that's good news. I love it that the refugees keep coming back to the program and updating you guys. We don't even have to do the interviews. Ben's getting you updated. Thea's doing well, but she is not coming on air for the foreseeable future for now. But she will come back on, Thea von Straten. I haven't reached out to Eric Langton in a while. I've been busy. Charles Kleinhaus, I've heard from him. He's doing well. His family adjusting to the snow up there in the upper Midwest. We will do what we have to protect our children, just like our forefathers. Exactly, Phoenix. Exactly. And the people who call you betrayers to South Africa, really? So how do they think they got there? Presumably the person that said that is a white South African. So I'm assuming it is. I could be wrong. Could be a black South African. But if they're white South African, how exactly do you think white South Africans got to South Africa? Where they just sprung up? Look, there's white people here. They weren't yesterday. Now they're here. They crawled out of the stone. No. They didn't come from Asgard. The white people in South Africa migrated there. Their ancestors said, to hell with the Spanish Netherlands, to hell with the French Huguenot slaughter, to hell with Germany, to hell with France, and then later Portugal and other places. And they moved, and they went to South Africa, and they found a community, which became the Afrikaner community, and had its splinter groups, which became the Griquas and the Busters and the Coloreds. That's how they got there. And the black folks, they weren't there either. Here's a little news flash. The black folks only been there about 1,600 years. Yeah, they came down the Rift Valley, crossed the Zambezi first. Those that weren't eaten by crocs made it across. Then they crossed the Limpopo into modern South Africa. And over the course of 1,600 years, they worked their way down. And about 1,200 years came into conflict with the Europeans who were coming from the west. And they met around the Great Fish River. It's slight... there's more to the story than that, but that's the big picture. Yep. So you're betraying South Africa. What are you betraying? Let me ask this question. For anybody that's attacking refugees, and I'm not pro-refugee, I'm not anti-refugee, but anybody attacking South Africans who are fleeing South Africa, saying you betrayed South, what are they betraying? Racism, bigotry, murder, rape, assault, joblessness, hunger, abuse. What are they betraying? Trumpy. Give me a job contract. I have a secret bri sauce. Even President Trump would cater to Mar-a-Lago. I'm upset. I'm from royalty. The buggers left my kingdom. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Laverne, you're right. We don't check the door 4 times a night if we remember to lock. Yeah, exactly. You know, something funny has happened in our household. We sleep through the night now. Nice feeling safe in our place. Exactly. Exactly. No one should go through what South Africans, black, white, and brown, go through. Their bravery is limited to their fingertips. Exactly. Exactly. That's all they got. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have some big news tonight. Big news tonight. President Trump's motorcade was redirected. There was a threat to his motorcade earlier this evening. Yep. A suspicious object was found en route at the Palm Beach airport, and they rerouted his object. Was found during security sweeps of the airport before the president was due to arrive. U.S. Secret Service rerouted President Trump's motorcade today after its agents discovered a suspicious object at Palm Beach International Airport in Florida. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt said the object was found during security sweeps of the airport before the president was due to arrive at his Mar-a-Lago club. A further investigation was warranted. The presidential motorcade was routed, adjust accordingly. Wow. So there you go. Trump's motorcade has been rerouted. In addition, it's been announced that since November, there have been a criminal investigation into the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. Not announced by the administration, so as not to put political pressure on him to lower interest rates, but there is a criminal probe into the conduct of Jerome Powell. Powell suggests the probe is about interest rates, not his testimony or renovation. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said the U.S. Central Bank was served with a grand jury subpoena by the Department of Justice on January 9th. In a statement today, Powell confirmed that officials threatened a criminal indictment over his Senate Banking Committee testimony in June 2025. In testimony, Powell noted concern in part a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. The central bank chief dismissed the idea the criminal probe was driven by his testimony or the renovation. I have deep respect for the rule of law and accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting its rates based on our best assessment that will serve the public rather than following preferences of the president. Except he's not doing what will best serve the public. He's creating joblessness and slowing down the economy by artificially keeping interest rates higher than they should be, intentionally crippling the economy. He's not doing that because it's in the interest of the economy. Inflation is almost non-existent, less than 3%. He's doing it for political gain. Last summer, the Fed was under fire after renovations headquarters in Washington. The president and administration officials lambasted the institution for overspending on the Mariner Eccles building in the National Mall. Trump, alongside Powell, toured the construction site in July. The two men disagreed on the cost overruns. When the renovation project was approved in 2017, the budget was $1.9 billion. It has since increased to $2.5 billion because of inflation, asbestos, and soil contamination and extended time. As Trump noted, the price tag rose by an additional $600 million. I'm not aware of that, Mr. President. I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed. In addition to the renovation, Trump has long complained that Powell and his colleagues have not lowered interest rates more aggressively. While the Fed has reduced rates by 75 basis points since September, Trump told the Wall Street Journal in December that the benchmark federal funds, a key policy rate, should be 1% and maybe lower than that. I don't know if it should be 1%, but it certainly should be lower. He will be out of office by May, and he will be replaced. But he is now under a subpoena. Wow. That's big news. That's big news. Hello, Sloth Puppy. What's going on? And they ran all the way to Tehran, the ANC. Yep. You pray God opens up the eyes of the leftists. We can pray, but that isn't necessarily going to make it happen. I've lived and worked abroad for so long. The red, white, and blue is now the place for me and you. I am a vet. Still sharp as a razor blade. Vietnam vet? Mark, are you the guy that sent me an email? You kind of up there? Are you the Vietnam vet? Is that you, Mark? I wrote back to that person, but I haven't got back to my mail. As the death... Hey, Bets Corp, what's going on? Amazing yacht destinations here. That's good to see. I missed it. So, as the death toll mounts in Iran, leaders take a tough line against the protesters. Despite an internet blackout, reports are emerging of a rise in deadly violence as protests spurred by economic woes have snowballed into a mass movement. Severe crackdown in Iran on protesters challenging the government has led to a sharp rise in the death toll in recent days, with rights groups reporting casualties in the hundreds and no sign the authorities are relenting. There were reports earlier that as many as 3,000 people have been killed, but that's unreliable information. The worsening crisis in Iran, which started over protests over economic grievances, represents what some experts are calling one of the gravest challenges to the authorities since the Islamic Revolution nearly 5 decades ago. Late Sunday, President Trump, who earlier warned the United States would intercede if the Iranian government killed peaceful protesters, hinted that he might be ready to act. Asked by reporters traveling with him on Air Force One on whether Iran's leaders had crossed the red line, he replied, "It looks like it. There seems to have been some people killed who weren't supposed to be killed." Well, nobody's supposed to be killed, President Trump, so pretty scary stuff. Iran's Pezeshkian vows action on economic woes and warns against rioters. Iran's president accuses U.S. and Israel of fueling unrest, urges the public to prevent rioters from wreaking havoc. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has pledged to address mounting economic grievances in the country. Well, it's a bit late, buddy, saying his government is ready to listen to protesters while urging them to prevent rioters and terrorist elements from wreaking havoc. He spoke about the unrest in an interview on state television Sunday as the demonstrations began when merchants in Tehran's Grand Bazaar closed their shops over the Iranian rial's sharp depreciation entered its third week. Charles von Altsland, the voice of reason. The Iranian president told the IRIB broadcast that Israel and the United States were masterminding the destabilization of the country, saying that the same people that struck this country during Israel's 12-day war were trying to escalate the unrest with regard to economic discussion. They have trained some people inside and outside the country. They've brought in some terrorists from outside. Okay, all right. He says rioters are not protesting people. Yeah, you're right. They're not. Rioters are not protesters. They're criminals. Trump says Iran seeks negotiation. This is a big development. This is broken in the last half hour. President Trump says that Iran is seeking negotiation. He says, I think they're tired of being beaten up by the United States. Trump. President Trump said today that Iran's leadership had contacted his administration to seek negotiations after he warned of possible military action in the wake of mass protests in Iran. Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One that Iranian leaders had reached out to U.S. officials and a meeting between the two sides was being set up. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States. A crackdown on nationwide protests in Iran has killed at least 544 people, but thousands are purportedly dead now. But this evening, no further information yet, but Iran has reached out to the U.S. government and says they want to negotiate. They want to negotiate. They realize that they're on the precipice. This is a clear sign yet that the Iranian regime is on the way out, that it is on the ropes. Doesn't mean they're going to be overthrown, but they're on the ropes. The Iranian regime is clearly on the ropes tonight as they reach out to the United States to help save them. Can you imagine this? They're basically asking the United States to save them. That's what's happening here. The Iranian mullahs are asking the United States to save them from the fate that awaits them. They will all be hung up and strung up and executed by the citizens if this continues. They have reached out to the United States, are asking the United States basically to save them. Trump says Iran started to cross U.S. red lines as protesters die in government crackdown. He warns of very strong options as activists claim at least 544 killed in nationwide demonstrations. They're starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent if you call them leaders. I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. And we're looking at some very strong options. We'll make a determination. President Trump's reputation and the resilience of the United States is on the line here, folks. It's on the line. President Trump has staked his name out there and said that we will support the Iranian people if they kill these people. Well, they're killing the people. Iran is on fire. Yep. Iran is on fire tonight. Yep. Iran is on fire. It's incredible. Oh, is he going to show Davos a thing or two? Davos should be interesting if Trump goes. Yep. Fear the Roman bearing gifts, exactly. Well, the Starlink was shut down. Did you hear about this? Starlink in Iran got knocked out, according to reports from Forbes. Iran's digital blackout has now deployed military jammers to shut down access to Starlink. It's a game changer for Plan B connectivity for protesters and anti-regime activists when the domestic internet plugs were pulled. Despite reports that tens of thousands of Starlink units are operating inside Iran, the Iran Wire reports the blackout has reached satellite connections. It's reported that about 30% of Starlink's uplink and download traffic was initially disrupted, quickly rising to more than 80%. The Times of Israel says the deployment of Starlink receivers is now far greater in Iran than during previous blackouts. That's despite the government never authorizing Starlink to function, making the service illegal to possess and use. But Starlink receivers use GPS to locate and connect to satellites. Since its 12-day war with Israel last June, Iran has been disrupting GPS signals. That means shutdowns are localized and result in a patchwork quilt of Starlink connectivity, including near blackouts in some high-profile areas. The Mian Group's Amir Rashidi told Tech Radar, I've been monitoring and researching access to the internet for the past 20 years, and I've never seen such a thing in my life. Monitoring the sudden drop in Starlink data packets supports reports on the ground that satellite connectivity has been heavily affected. Simone Migliano, who just completed a conference reporting the recent internet shutdowns, told me Iran's current network blackout is a blunt instrument intended to crush dissent. And this comes at a stark cost to the country, underpinning the regime's desperation. This kill switch approach comes at a staggering price, draining $1.56 million from Iran's economy every single hour the internet is down. Overnight, NetBlocks reported Iran's internet blackout is now past the 60-hour mark as national connectivity levels continue to flatline at 1% of ordinary levels. Whew, man. By the way, one could construe the attack on Starlink as an attack on the United States. It is a U.S. registered company and shutting down its service. If it affects Starlink satellites, which I doubt it does, it probably affects terrestrial links by jamming signals and blocking them on the ground. That affects the United States corporation. Mainstream media and propaganda. Over 4,000 citizens have been killed so far. Iranians won't give up because they do know. Well, I don't know the number 360. I have no independent confirmation. These are claims by many people on the internet, and I'm simply not going to repeat claims. I did say that the reports earlier said as many as 3,000, but I have no evidence to support that. Yeah, what's going on with MTN? Yeah, Nkabisi Jonas and Cyril Ramaphosa ought to be sweating about now. Nkabisi Jonas and Cyril Ramaphosa ought to be getting very nervous about their links to MTN and Iran Cell. Yep. Marceline Sappett, you've come in late. I just already talked about that earlier in the program. After the music played, I talked about the President Trump's word is at risk here. Either we take action or we don't. But I believe we've already taken action in Iran. I strongly suspect the United States has already been disrupting the Revolutionary Guard's communications networks and government activities through our ability to shut down their communications. I believe we're already doing that. I have no evidence to support it, but based on the slow reaction time and the non-reaction time from some of these units that find themselves caught off guard when people rush their barracks, it would appear to me that perhaps we're doing that already. In Los Angeles, a U-Haul truck assaults protesters. U-Haul truck appears to drive through Iran protests. Information about casualties, drivers' motives, and other details of the incident weren't immediately available. Videos circulating online appear to show a U-Haul truck driving through a march in Los Angeles in support of the Iranian people's ongoing demonstrations. Screams could be heard as video shows the U-Haul pressing forward while protesters scrambled away. Moments before the driver appeared to be stopped when a protester broke his window, at which point the driver began to accelerate. Wow. Oh, it's definitely clear it was an intentional attack. It had a banner on the side saying "Down with the Shah" and things like that. Yeah, it's shocking that anyone would even question that. So let me just go and see if I can't find Fox News if they're reporting on it. Oh, it's not claims. The BBC is not reporting on it. They're not reporting on it. Boy, these parodies are becoming pretty good. So, Fox News Live. Let's check on that and see if they got something here. They have a live feed here. Nope, that's not live. These aren't live. Those are feeds. So let me do this here. I'm going to go to Xfinity. Listen in to Fox News. I can't show it on the screen because it's blocked, but I can listen in. Watch TV online. Hello, watch TV online. Come on. It's a little slow. Two Steve's probably the one in the UK reporting it. Reporting on what? Reporting the BBC? I've reported on it 2 days ago. Friday night when it happened. I reported on it yesterday. Are you saying there's only one in the UK that's reporting it? Okay. News. Let's go to news. Where the hell's Fox News at? So this is annoying. Fox News. What is it? Headline news. That's not right. Oh, come on. Give my mouse back. Forensic files is not what I want.
Prosecutors.
I don't want that. This is why it's so unreliable, man. Trying to get live news to feed. Man, Colonel, things are really heating up here in Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota result. Good Lord, Xavier, are you half asleep? Look at your text, man. Look at you're half asleep. Come on, CBS, PBS, Fox. Come on, where's the news at? NBC, ABC. This is not giving me the news. I want the news. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I want news. You are not in the UK, Chris. I'm talking about UK. That's why I asked Charles. You're talking about UK. You're talking about here. Let's see. Prime News Nation. Okay. Why is this not showing me live? This is stupid stuff. I don't want to listen to this guy. I don't really like him. Let's see.
Ever do.
A lips fits perfectly under my...
Oh, that's a commercial. I don't want that. This is Brian Kilmeade. Not a fan of Brian Kilmeade, but he should be over shortly. 2CTV is probably one in the UK reporting. Yeah, you're right, because the BBC's not doing it. Still impressive. Military jamming only completely stopped 80% for a portable receiver and some solar panels. Amazing. Can still operate. Well, military jamming is okay, without disclosing the sources and methods and means and capabilities. I mean, it's something that I'm very familiar with. It's not foolproof. It doesn't cover everything. So it depends on how they're doing it. South African vet, university lecturer in Vietnam. Oh, you're in Vietnam. Slightly bonded by NC crap, but secretly American citizen. Don't tell anyone in case they call me a fraud. Okay, gotcha. That's fine. I won't tell anyone. I thought you were okay. Here we go. Let's see what he's got to say.
Key moves to put money back in your pocket.
Okay, that's useless. I want to hear about Iran, and the Fox News is talking about subsidies for Americans. I don't want subsidies. I want action. Trump isn't a fan of ANC. That's true. What else you got here? What I immediately thought of when I saw crowds surrounding the pro-regime U-Haul was, how do they know there's not explosive in there? Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, people are not smart. You don't run towards that nonsense. That's just not smart. Yeah. Most of Europe is in Islamic hands now, so the story will be suppressed. You might be right about that, Charles. The UK certainly is. Did you see what happened in New Jersey? In Jersey City, they raised a Pakistani flag. I don't know if that was just on a private property, government, but there was a group of people out there and they raised a Pakistani flag. Get the hell out of this country. You have no business in this country if you want to support Pakistan. This is not Pakistan. This is America. That's like when I went to watch the one-day internationals for cricket in Edgbaston, and there were 40,000 fans there. There were maybe 300 people that were supporting New Zealand. The rest were there for Pakistan in the UK. And it's not because they flew from Pakistan. It's because they live in the UK. It's insane. ICE agents, militants today is reminiscent of ICE militants sharing the same strategy, mass terrorism. Huh? What are you talking about? We got a troll alert here, folks. Got a troll alert. That makes no sense whatsoever. And exactly the reason I explained to people, the doxing of the officer who shot the dangerous criminal who attempted to run him over. He was doxed, his family was doxed, his Filipino wife was doxed, their home location was doxed, their lives are in jeopardy now. And that's the reason why these agents must wear masks, because of the criminal behavior of American citizens. They put their lives and their children's lives in jeopardy. Yep. Yeah, if they want Mexico, they want Pakistan, they should go back there. He wants Somalia, Ilhan Omar, go back there. Go back to Somalia. But Ilhan Omar is part of a global effort to colonize the West. No doubt about it. Hello, Cindy. How you going? Is this the Cindy that got divorced? Cindy got divorced. On mobile facepalming, yes, been drafting since 2 a.m., not the freshest carrot and shelf. Yeah, I can see that, Xavier. Your typing was a mess. I had no idea. I couldn't even decipher it on that, what you're trying to say. Yeah. All these people want agents to remove their masks so they can attack them on their personal lives. Exactly. Exactly. That's her. Yeah, the happy one. Cindy, sounds like it wasn't very pleasant in the end. I'm sorry that you had a bad experience. It's a shame. Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, if you're curious what my day is like, 8 o'clock broadcast, well, 7 o'clock prepping for it, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock suffering through the Stormers' abysmal performance in London. 10:30 until 12:30, my live broadcast. I made a video, edited it, loaded it up also as well. Then from 1 o'clock till 2:30, it was a refugee interview. From 2:30 until about 4 o'clock, it was another broadcast. And then a short break, some tax paperwork, a few other things to do. And then I was on the Will Kane Show on his podcast at 8:30. And from 9 to 10, I was on his show. And then I got here about 10:15. That's been my day. And that's how my days go all the time. And by the way, all those things I talked about, none of that's compensation. I don't get compensated for any of that stuff, just in case you're wondering. Other than a little bit of ad revenue and some super chat. Yep. I saw ICE agents operating in my small town in Minnesota. Okay, cool. I hope they get the criminals. Yeah, next time you need the police, call the immigrants. Yeah, exactly. When they break in your home and they assault you, you call the immigrants to protect you. I watched the podcast on YouTube. The dude showed Tim Pool's take on the Minnesota incident. Very telling, the most accurate explanation I've seen so far. How so, Charles? How so? How is it accurate? What did Tim Pool have to say? It's a live stream chat of the anti-ICE protests. Leftists giving out the address of ICE agents' parents. Yep. Yep. These people are evil. And so we have this bear guy come in here and say that these people are ISIS fascists. Dude, you got your head up your backside. You got your head up your backside. There's a reason why these people are dangerous. It's why they're wearing masks, because these people are dangerous. They have no respect for people. It's horrible. It's horrible. Unbelievable. They're just doing their job as law enforcement agents. Shouldn't be subject to this. Today, wow, Sandra, I would have waited till I was on the plane to say something, but I mean, I suppose you're excited. Suppose you're excited. Look at that. Look at that. You're flying. By the way, I just want to share something with people in the chat here, okay? There are some people in the chat who are coming in and constantly bemoaning their situation, their unrealistic expectations of their cultural expectation or entitlement that they're supposed to be somewhere, that someone's supposed to take them out of South Africa. That does not endear you to the audience, and it certainly doesn't endear you to me. I have acted as best I can on behalf of many people, many people, and helped them in the States, tried to help them in South Africa with all sorts of things. But many people are really standing on that last nerve, and you are not endearing yourself with the constant bellyaching, bickering, and monitoring. If I can help, I'll help. But coming in my chat and disrupting the chat and complaining about things isn't going to make your life any better. It doesn't do anything except make you unpopular with other people in chat. So for those folks, I would suggest that you tone it down or just don't chat, because you are just going to make yourself unpopular, and it's not going to help your situation. And then if you get pissed off and you decide to, bugger off and not be here, then you just won't know the information. You won't know the information. And who is harmed by that? You're harmed by that. All right, Rohan, have a good night. Going to bed early. Dude, it's only 9:56. What are you, a grandpa? Yeah, when a terrorist remove. Yeah, it's funny. They're complaining about ICE, but these people wearing those N92 masks covering their face. Yeah, I saw the UK protest. I showed that. In fact, I've got a video from the other night. Let me get the one from the other night. Hang on. I didn't download the one from tonight. This is one outside the BBC. And we also have protests in the United States in D.C. in the rain against this nonsense. Let me find that. Here it is. This is the one in the BBC. So I showed this one a couple nights ago. This is from Friday night. So this is, oops, that's not what I want. I want that. Yeah, see, that's what you get. You can't see Fox. I can see Fox, but that's what they do. They're very clever. They block it on my broadcast. I can't show it. Iranian and Israeli flag on the same standard, the American flag there. You got to love it, folks. You got to love it. Turn my back on Canadian citizenship. Well, I got you. I wouldn't want Canadian citizenship either. It's run by leftists. Okay. Ooh, what is that? Diabetes drug? Oh, weight loss. People inject in their stomach. Oh, it's one of the Williams sisters. Man, those chicks are not attractive. Sorry. Yeah, many people are flying, and I keep telling people that every day. People are every day. Mad Max has got something for me here. What's this? Zimbabwe nationals verbally abusing South African defense forces after being stopped for illegally bringing people into South Africa. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know the provenance of this, but it definitely looks like South Africans. It looks like the Limpopo. Boy, it's full of rainwater. It's all muddy. Check this out.
This is not your side. Yes. Fuck. Let's take them here. Shut up, motherfucker. Suck. Stupid. Fuck off. Suck. Muru. Bastard. Fuck off. Satanok. Stupid. You muru. Bastards.
So look, I'm not making a moral comment, but do you really think you want to say stuff like that to people with guns in Africa? do you really think you want to behave that way with African soldiers with guns? I mean, these people are stupid. All it takes is one burst from an AK-47 or an R3, and a couple rounds from an R3, they're all dead. They paddle over to the shore. They take their phones. They take their identification and just leave them there. South African Army is running away again. What a crap show. Yeah. Wow. That's our inland navy. Yeah, well, there you go, folks. Wow, that's just crazy. By the way, my back has been bothering me. I'm pinched a nerve all day long. I can't find a good spot. Shouldn't they be in Simonstown with the Iranians? Yeah. Oh, man. Zimbo's chasing them away. Wow. Hey, Drunken Yoda, what's up? Puddle Pirates. Okay. The Iran protesting actions could continue for a long time. Israel and U.S. funding and deep pockets. Big Bear Planet. Oh, dude. You keep trying. Yeah, the U.S. is funding those hundreds of thousands of people in the streets giving up their lives for a couple of reals. Oh, please, spare me. Well, see, Big Bear Planet, your trolling is okay because you're not being abusive, you're not being insulting, you're just being clueless. People are welcome to be wrong and clueless. That's fine. You're welcome to do that. So we're not going to censure you for that. We don't do that. We respect opinions, and you're welcome to your opinion, no matter how wrong you are. Thank you for the super chat, Mad Max. Well, yeah. Oh, 10:57. Oh, you're in the same time zone as me. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were further. Okay. I got it. Sorry, my bad. But 11 o'clock? Come on, Rohan. Man, I have to stay up late. No, you go to bed, man. I've been married for 30 years. Marriage is overrated. Do not tell my wife she's a Charlize Theron lookalike. Okay. All right, Mark. All right, good to see that. Thanks for sharing that. I don't know your wife, so I won't tell her. I do not know your wife. Yep. Crocodile cleanup. Just leave them there on the beach or on the bank. Yep. Well, a resident for just a week, Helen Zillow may soon be a member of the Johannesburg City Council. Boy, talk about a poison chalice. Yeah, some people do wear tinfoil hats. She will soon be a member of the Joburg Council. That's not a job I want. Helen Zilla, former DA leader, Cape Town mayor, Western Cape premier, could join the Johannesburg City Council as early as March. This will be possible if a proportional representative vacancy in the DA becomes available after recent resignations and a by-election in Randburg. Zilla says she was persuaded to run for the position of Johannesburg mayor by a friend and sees this as a first step. Moves are afoot to have Joburg Mayor candidate Helen Zilla firmly ensconced City Council. Let me check in something very quickly here. Who's this from? Come on. Sorry. They did bring aircraft carriers as well to Simonstown. Reason I'm asking, we had a braai Saturday. No. Not aircraft carriers. I don't think so. Our army used to be something. Now we're laughing stock of the world, says Phoenix. Yep. Yeah, Cheetahs games postponed due to the frozen pitch. Yep, that's right. Just as well, given that 3 of 4 South African teams lost, it might just been bad. She must run the city library and order Mr. Bean goes to Bangladesh books. Hey, Doc Break, what's up? Ah, damn my back. So, the DA mayoral candidate told News 24 in an interview last year that she was ready to get stuck in even before municipal polls. The strategy is to get Zilla close to the city of Johannesburg administration before she runs for position of mayor. Follows 2 DA council resignations last year, which will assist in making way for her. The first was Ward 102 Councilor Lucinda Harmon, who said intimidation and no protection for her is why she left office. She's been provisionally replaced by designated proportional representative Councilor B. Campbell Clote, who is contesting a local by-election to formally take over as Ward 102. Ward 102 encompasses scores of Joburg's northern suburbs, including extensions of Upmarket, Bryanston, Hurlingham Manor, and Willowweld, as well as large parts of Randburg. If Campbell Clote is elected, which appears likely because DA won almost 95% of the vote in 2023, it will leave a PR position in Johannesburg vacant. And that would be one she can fill. So they want to get her on the council before she runs for mayor. Interesting. And once again, the United States is paying no attention to South Africa. But who is? South African politicians are paying attention to America and trying to stoke things. And the media in South Africa are trying to stoke discord. New U.S. ambassador appointment may result in a more volatile diplomatic landscape for South Africa. This is listed as news at the toilet paper of record. The appointment of Brent Bozell as U.S. ambassador designate South Africa will likely lead to more volatile and assertive diplomatic arena, according to international relations experts. The U.S. Embassy in South Africa Friday confirmed he's been sworn in. Embassy said looks forward to working under Bozell's leadership. And the next step is diplomatic journey is expected to officially present his letters of credence, it's his credentials, to President Ramaphosa and the government of South Africa. Experts said this will be an interesting time, given that that then SA Ambassador designate Mkhize Jonas was not welcome to the U.S., but South Africa would definitely welcome Bozell. But see, Mkhize Jonas is not an ambassador. Mkhize Jonas was assigned to be a special advisor. Mkhize Jonas was special representative to the United States. We don't have a position for special representative. We're not expected to take that. Also, Mkhize Jonas said vile, repulsive things about the United States. He called America racist. And why would we accept someone that does that? Professor Isaac Kambule from Joburg said that despite the current climate, the government is likely going to welcome Bozell because I think they do not want to cause any further tension between South Africa and the U.S. I agree. Yep. South Africa seems to be aligned with Russia, China, Iran, and all the countries that are anti-U.S. We've heard Bozell also saying that he's going to push for South Africa to drop the ICG case, which again shows his goals when it comes to South Africa. If we look at the reconfiguration that is currently happening, the U.S. are trying to bully everyone. But I don't think that has been working in its favor because now it's more likely to cause a strain between its relations with the EU. And this, again, will go into what those in the Global South have been saying about the U.S. conduct in international affairs. Well, this is not a balanced report. This is just propaganda disguised as news. Once again, the toilet paper of record. The toilet paper of record. Ultimately, the appointment of Bozell suggests any meaningful improvement in the already fraught bilateral relationship will face significant hurdles. No, not really. No, it faces hurdles because of the stupidity of Ronnie Lamola. A guy drawing attention to himself when there's no need to. Yep, that's the problem. That's the problem. Anyway. Exactly. Mkhize Jonas is part of a criminal lawsuit. 5 lawsuits for anti-terrorism with his name on it. Why in the world will we accept him as a special representative? It's just stupid. Illegal invasion of properties in Bryanston, yes, turned into slums. Yeah, I reported on that. 150 people in one of the residences. A woman's been fighting for a home for 5 years. Hip is recovering, light rain, but my back, just because I've been sitting for too long, I think. I've been sitting the whole damn day. Yeah, that's right. Now that my hip isn't feeling pain, I'm feeling the other pain that I was masking. They're just jealous because we're getting all the good South Africans. Greg, you might be right about that, man. You might be right about that. Yeah, Nkabisi Jonas and Sarah Ramaphosa are named in the anti-terrorism lawsuits, 5 of them that are going forward. They tried to get it dismissed, MTN, but they couldn't successfully get the lawsuits dismissed. They're being charged with terrorism, and or at least being investigated for it. So, yeah. Varoshka, have a good day at work. Be careful. Yeah. Ran simulation for client. The DA need at least 42% of any hope of leading coalition Joburg. That is a huge ask, and they're not going to get there. The DA is not going to get 42%, particularly after what they've done for the past year. Now, the DA is toast. Joburg is a disaster. It's simply going to collapse on itself. Joburg will collapse on itself. The idiotic decision of the ANC to amalgamate metropolitans in the mid-1990s has led to this case. Johannesburg is not manageable, at least not by the people who are present to try to manage it. Yeah, it needs real leadership, and that's not going to happen when there's a fractious coalition. The DA cannot get 42% in Joburg. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not unless something dramatic happens between now and the end of the year. Something very dramatic. No, they have proven to be unreliable, and people are frustrated with them. That's right, Leslie. That's what I need to do. But I've been busy sitting in this chair doing interviews and broadcasts since 8 o'clock this morning with just a short break. Yep. Yep. Yeah. 10,600 people reportedly detained in Iran by security forces now. Let me go to Twitter and see what's going on Twitter. What's going on here? It's going to take me back. I lost my feed. Oh, that's worthless. Mark Levin. Oh, there you go. Now it goes to the channel I was on. Let's see if it loads.
Is laying a tax, and the power to tax, the power of the purse belongs with Congress. You won't hear the left say that because...
Okay, that's not about Iran. So let's go to my homepage on Twitter and see what we've got here about Iran. Yeah, I wasn't... So what was this conference? This is... People talking about Ramaphosa calling for... This is not recent. This is old. See, this is not recent. But people keep talking about this clip.
The ANC may eventually lose the ability to grow and to renew itself. So therefore, I call upon you to return to the militancy
oh, yeah, that's
of
old.
the ANC Youth League of the night.
That's old. People are regurgitating old stuff. Yeah, here's the ANC crowds. So ANC crowds are getting smaller and smaller. Ramaphosa welcomes all the constituencies, including the Communist Party, Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF, creating press and mass support while speaking to a half-empty stadium. Yep, this is where he was in Rustenburg.
I greet the national officials and members of the ANC National Executive Committee, the leadership of COSATU, the SACP and SANCO. I also extend my greetings.
How would you like to be a person who thought themselves impervious and all-powerful to being someone that can't draw flies? Yep, I need that video for making a video when I'm done here. Give me a second here. Got to download that. Can't draw flies. Now, they'll make excuses. It was the heat. But the reality is that nobody pitched up because nobody believes in their garbage anymore. Oh, did you see the Sandef doing these field drills? I was laughing my butt off, rolling around on the grass. They look like a bunch of lunatics. Big crowd showed up for it, though. It was hilarious. These are the idiots that ICE is dealing with. Look at this idiot. This is what they face on the streets. Actually, I'd like to cold cock you in the face, you dingbat. I'd like to... This idiot here saying we should have an armed resistance against the United States. Here's their insurrections. He should be under arrest right now. People like this are dangerous. Dangerous. They need to be arrested.
People need to fucking show up with guns to face you guys. It's fucking time for an armed resistance against the United States of America. Take your mask off. This is done.
Armed resistance against the United States of America. Make him famous. Make him famous. Make him famous. Arrest him for insurrection. Why does an ICE agent have a gun? This is actually the level of discussion going on. These are the morons on MSLSD. MSLSD.
An issue with guns. And police, of course. But the gun thing, the fact that she was shot.
Check out the dude's fro, man. Is this like 1965? And look at the the Trevor Noah will look alike on the left there, the wannabe. The guy on the right, is that a fro or is he wearing a cap?
Like this for what? Almost hitting this agent? I mean, the fact that guns were used and she was shot and killed in this way, to me, is the most horrifying part. Why does an ICE agent have a gun? It's an issue with...
Okay, what the most horrifying part for me is that a moron like that is actually on a television show. It shows the level of stupidity in this country. This I haven't seen. It was on OAN. Muslim community. I don't know if this is real or if it's fake. I mean, this is really getting quite concerning. Check this out. Muslim community patrol in New York, Sharia law. Is this real?
Residents in New York say they're alarmed after seeing Muslim community patrols driving through their neighborhoods in what looked like police squad cars. One America's Pearson Sharp has the details.
New Yorkers say they're shocked after seeing Muslim patrol cars roaming their neighborhoods like police squads. These Muslim community patrols just began operating in Brooklyn this year, and according to the Council on American Islamic Relations, they are the first of their kind in the United States. The patrols sprang up as an apparent response to some 14 biased incidents against New York Muslims in 2017. Actually, a rather low number, considering there's over 8.6 million people living in the city. According to the group's vice president, Noor Rabah, the group currently has 30 members, but...
So they are making patrol cars that look like police cars from New York City to intimidate citizens. Yeah, this is not the UK. That shit needs to stop right now. So here's an idiot. These are more morons. Dinesh D'Souza published this one. Arrest them. There you go, zip ties. There you go, zip ties. Arrest them. That's what tasers are for. Arrest them! Arrest these morons. This is ridiculous. These people aren't Americans. They're lunatics. They belong in mental asylums. So this is where they're showing it with their babies now, so that it won't be. But that's not going to save them.
Hate what's happening to it with people who frankly aren't from here coming in and telling us who should be here, and when it comes down to loving my neighbor, I'm just gonna love my neighbor. So
you have a little peanut with you.
I do. This is Lola.
And why was it important for you to bring her?
Just to feel the energy of love and community, and to show people that I'm not gonna let someone else intimidate me to live in a city that doesn't represent what I want it to represent.
Yeah, well, you stole the city, and morons like you shouldn't have children. Poor Lola's going to grow up to be a lunatic like her idiotic mother.
I want to be able to bring her in a place where people are saying we love our neighbors.
Minnesota is, I grew up here, it's known as a very welcoming place. Can you believe your eyes?
Oh, shut up. Welcoming place. Yeah, welcome to criminals. Here they're being trained. Here's a video from a North Carolina church, using the church to train people to be obstructionists. These people all need around. This is sedition. This is insurrection right here. This is a video showing insurrection. This is a church in North Carolina training people on how to cause chaos.
Has already started, as we said. People have been doing the same thing. This was an event at a church there on Monday night. People acted out immigration detainments, and the rest of the room practiced filming them and making noise to call attention to them. Has already started, as we said. People have been doing the same.
These people need to be arrested for sedition. It's time. The stupid people, man. Oh, listen to this idiot. Rise Mzansi. Listen to this moron.
You know, towards the end of last year, there was a lot of debate and discussion about Starlink and Elon Musk and BEE and so on. My problems with the whole idea are far deeper than that, and there are two main reasons. The first reason is that Elon Musk has declared through his actions himself as an enemy of South Africa's constitutional order. As an enemy.
Excuse me? An enemy of South Africa's constitution? How so? Singabongazi. How? How has he declared himself an enemy of South Africa's constitution? You're just a propagandist. He's made no threats to South Africa's constitution. You're just lying.
Enemy of social justice, of redress, of addressing racial and social inequalities.
With racial and social inequality by racists like this clown who want to take from people based on race. That doesn't address racial inequality. That just perpetuates it, moron.
South Africa. And he uses misinformation and disinformation in order to spread lies in the United States.
Spread lies, what? Like 145 race-based laws? Like 4,000 dead farmers and their family members tortured, raped, murdered? Pliers used, torches used against them? Like the theft of land in Polokwane, Sesheho, in East London, in Northwest Province? Those lies? No, those are facts, dingbat doorknob.
That are damaging about South Africa, including the lie of white genocide, which is...
Okay, the white genocide comes out of the mouths of cake-holes like yours. You idiots and your ridiculous, I don't know what those glasses are supposed to be, but they're a real joke. These idiots are the ones saying white genocide. They're the ones saying it, not Elon Musk.
Actively promoted for years. That person cannot want to invest in South Africa and claim himself to be similar to other investors who want to invest in South Africa. And because money is involved, we must then accept whatever kind of person wants to invest here. We've got to...
Well, first off, we shouldn't have to pay for your stupidity. We don't have racist laws that force us to give investment to dumbasses like you because you have a nice tan.
Principles, we've got to have standards, and we must draw the line at our constitutional order. That is the first reason. The second reason I don't think we must have Starlink here is that Elon Musk has used his platforms to spread lies, misinformation and disinformation, not only about South Africa, but to cause division in other parts of the world.
Well, that's none of your fucking business, the rest of the world, is it now? You tell us South Africa's none of our business, but now you're sticking your cake hole into the rest of the world. So shut up. Shut up. Yeah, he's a pigeon, all right. That's what this guy is.
He is a white supremacist. He is...
Ah, that's criminal injury. That's slander. That's racist. You just committed all the crimes on the bingo sheet right there, buddy. It's Fall Mzansi's moronic leader.
declared himself an enemy of our constitutional order.
No, the enemy of the constitutional order is you. You seek black supremacy, not equality.
The last thing we should be doing is giving him an ecosystem, a technological ecosystem, where he's got X as a platform, and then he's got an internet company, so that he can use that.
Hey, dingbat, you're not giving him anything. You're dumber than rocks on the moon. You're not giving Elon Musk anything. Elon Musk is offering technology to South Africans who are suffering because of idiots like you and your ilk in the ANC. Rise, Mzansi. Fall, Mzansi.
Infrastructure against the constitutional order and national stability. We would be stupid to do that. And I honestly don't know what Minister Solimalazi
Oh, no. You are stupid for many reasons, but not for that reason.
was thinking when, as a minister who sits in cabinet, where they purportedly receive security and other briefings, they wouldn't think that these are issues that must be considered.
The issue must be considered is removal of you from Parliament, because your level of intelligence is so low that it's embarrassing to South Africa, even in the very low level of intelligence of the Parliament there. Oh, Elon, Ronaldo asked a very good question. Let me play this one for Ronaldo. I didn't see this one. So he posted this. This is a very good question. One I haven't asked because I don't know the makeup of, apparently knows better than me. Yeah, Trump needs to take the gloves off.
Our government is so obsessed with race when it comes to reporting on, who's unemployed, who's employed, who owns land, who doesn't own land. But yet, when you ask SARS to break down taxpayers according to their race, they don't provide that information. I find that very funny. Like, all other departments require that you define the race, that you bring that into the statistics, but with SARS, you can't request that information because magically for SARS, they don't collect, according to race, and they can't give you that information.
They do for everything else. Yep. He said it right. So here's a blast from the past. This is Barack Hussein Obama talking about illegal immigration in 2008. This is what Barack Hussein Obama said, and the Democrats cheered him on, and they reelected him on the basis of this position.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Isn't that interesting? Democrats, Hillary, Obama, and Bill Clinton all
if you're a criminal,
talk about this. Yep, and that's what I've been saying all along. This is just demonic. No one should tolerate this sewage that's on our streets. These people aren't Americans. They need to be rounded up for sedition. They need to be arrested. They need to be in prison. They need to be removed and excised from society. And all these people with their little six-figure jobs, yeah, all their little six-figure jobs disappear. Those jobs will be available to patriotic Americans. Yep. 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 By the way, Old Glory Bank has started. This is John Rich is behind this. This is a patriotic bank that won't block people. So yeah, it's a new one called Old Glory Bank. Okay, bank on freedom, traditional values, modern banking, privacy, security, liberty. Personal accounts, business accounts, home loans. Yep. Business lending, Old Glory Protect. Here are the co-founders. John Rich. Oh, look, it's the face of white supremacy. Larry Elder. That's Mary Phelan Christensen, governor. Okay, here's Ben Carson. Yep. Nationwide network online bank with customers in all 50 states who believe there's nothing more important than constitutional rights and freedoms, nothing more un-American than cancel culture, believe in protecting the privacy of our customers. No bank should bow to unlawful pressure from the government to share private financial data. Supporting our military, law enforcement, first responders. Guess what? I'll be opening up a Old Glory bank account. Yep, all it's FDIC protected. There it is, member of FDIC. There you go, folks. I will be joining the Old Glory Bank. I will be making a deposit this week. I will be joining the Old Glory online bank and putting money there. Footage needs to be used by the Trump regime for advertising ICE and border control. Exactly. Well, I've seen those videos many times before, but we need to play that. They don't like Trump. If he started to praise this ACA subsidies, exactly. If Trump came out in favor of the healthcare subsidies, they would say they're a bad thing. Charles, welcome. Hey, Charles Van Holzen says, nice name. ANC proposal is they won't let Elon in because it's competition they don't control. Yep, that's right. And they're using race as the argument. Yep. Been free for 32 years, and what have they done with it? Nothing. Nothing productive, that's for sure. Yep. Okay, so the Border Patrol agents smashed the window of a radical activist blocking their operations, yanked him out of the car, and detained him on the spot. Oh, this is cool. All right, so. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is getting spicy here. I mean, first off, where is this guy getting gasoline? Look at this rundown petrol station. It looks pretty dodgy, folks. Check this out. Look, look at this petrol station. Look at the concrete all broken up there. Texas plates. This is Minneapolis, and this is Texas plates. Is it Minneapolis? Let me look and see. I thought it was Minneapolis. Let me see. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's in St. Paul. So someone from Texas is driving all the way up to Minnesota in the dead of winter to cause chaos and interfere with federal law enforcement. Watch this.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up!
Lucky it didn't break.
Hey, put one more together. Don't take all.
These people are going to jail. Oh, hey, we recognize him. That's the guy right there on the left-hand side. That's the cop that was talking in the legislature to that moron from the Minnesota State Legislature. Remember that? As a border agent, was it Christensen or something like his name was? Remember that? That's the guy. That's the guy that was there, man. That's him. Look how calm. Look how calm he is. His face is out there. He knows his life is already jeopardized by these idiots. Just break their freaking hands and drag them out. Just break their freaking hands and drag them out of the car. I mean, these people are committing a crime by resisting law enforcement. Just drag them out of the car and stop pussyfooting around. Shouldn't take 6 agents. Use the nightstick on their hand. They'll let go. Use a nightstick on their hand. They'll let go. It's legitimate use of force. It's legitimate use of force. These people are out of control, man. Yeah, they are tough guys. You want to be next? No shoes on.
Back up! Back up!
Back up. One more. You go back there, I'm going to put you under arrest. One more. You get back there one more time. Back up.
Yep, he gave him 2 chances. Now this asshole wants to get arrested. He gave him 2 chances. I would arrest him right now.
Back up.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. This jerk-off, he has Zoom on his camera, but he has to get in there and interfere with law enforcement. Good, good. I hope it hurts. I hope it hurts. So this moron, assuming that he actually has a job, no longer has a job, now has a criminal record, and likely will face jail time for this stupidity. All for rapists, murderers, and pedophiles. Bet it's cold on that concrete. These people are demonic. That Border Patrol agent is an American hero. The one that dressed down that idiot frickin' Minnesota senator. This man is a hero. Absolute hero. These people are demonic. They need to be dealt with. Yeah, we need to open up mental health hospitals. Look at these idiots here. This is just insanity. These people are seriously demented. They need help. They need help. And frankly, I'm not in the mood to give them help. They don't deserve help. They're evil, satanic lunatics who are just troublemakers. We need to start arresting these people. And local law enforcement needs to help with this because, quite frankly, it's a shame on them for their behavior. Look at these idiots trying to stop a truck. Okay, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's going to give me a copyright strike. So sorry about that. I didn't know that was going to play that way. So I got to get this off here now. Here we go. So that one's out. Yeah, they try to stop a truck. They're stupid. The consequence of feminism, women empowerment, not getting told no, and girl boss cultures manifesting in Minneapolis. Yeah, check this stupidity. These idiots are looking for trouble here too. So here we go. Here's another one. This is exactly what's going on here. This is stupid beyond belief. These people are really... I mean, you run out of superlatives to talk about how stupid they are at some point. Here you go.
Get out of here! Go the fuck home! Get the fuck out of here! We hate you! Fucking...
That's malicious damage. That's criminal damage right there. She's subject to arrest right now and about to get her fat ass toes run over by a pickup truck because she's dumb as a box of rocks.
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out!
They all have such pretty mouths too. Notice that? So respectful.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! We hate you! We hate you! We hate you! He just pepper sprayed me!
Good.
He pepper sprayed my hair, but he pepper sprayed me. I turned around.
Oh, big victory for you, Cal.
Get out of here! Go the fuck home! Get the fuck out of here!
These people are just demented. Check out this lunatic here. These people are really, really, really demented.
Human rights! Fuck Ashley Babbitt, she deserves to die! Tell Mickey, I hope Ashley Babbitt's getting eaten by fucking worms! I hope she's getting eaten by worms! I hope her eyeballs are rotting out of her fucking body! Dragged right to fucking hell! Don't touch me! Fuck Ashley Babbitt! Fuck you, Mickey!
What is wrong with these people? I mean, were they abused as children? It's just insane. So check this out. Here's the media. Here's the media setting up anti-ICE protesters. Check this out. This shows you how fake this stuff is. Watch this. This is gonna beg your imagination. Let me turn off that camera. Yeah, look, watch this. They're setting it up. They're going to pretend it's just a spontaneous demonstration. Watch this fakeness. See, they're helping them put the signs up. There's a director. You can use this sign. Okay, hold that sign there.
Sort of on the other side of the speaker, like right over here. And then let's have a line. Just start a line over here with you guys. Just a smaller sign.
I warned you about the other day, didn't I? Oh God, that's a first for me.
Okay.
At least they didn't carry me.
Let's do a line back here. Okay, come on up. So this is just sort of the line. Yep. Sort of at an angle. Yep. So just
reminds me of theater.
And let's do shoulder to shoulder.
My shoulder. Shoulder, shoulder.
Oh, do we want to?
I'm just here from Waterloo.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Are we okay?
Stage acting, play acting, totally fake, made up, directed, scripted, fake. Oh look, I remember you last time we got paid for protest. This is what's going on. So we have a French general saying that America is an enemy. Okay, this one's one I get a kick out of. This is hilarious. Not to delve into this pool, but let's go into this pool again. Check this out.
I am genderqueer, transmasc, and queer.
What's transmasc?
Transmasc is like people under the non-binary umbrella identifying like or present.
What the I'm sorry. People identifying as psychotic is what that is. This is what Trump had to say earlier, and this is what I talked about when I started my news program. He was on the plane.
Something really nice from Iran to engage diplomatically with you or perhaps negotiate on nuclear.
Neither did she.
With Iran?
Yeah, do you think they want to engage diplomatically with you?
They do. They called
you? Is it still
yesterday.
an option? Is it still an option?
Iran called to negotiate.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. The leaders of Iran called. They want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States.
Look at Carolyn Levitt. No emotion, just not reacting.
We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up. But we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting. But a meeting is being set up. Iran called. They want to negotiate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so the president has stated we may have to act. So Ilhan Omar is upset that we're wasting taxpayer resources by investigating the fraud. What's this? Oh, that's somebody just being funny. I'm not going to show that. That'll get me in trouble with YouTube. I can't show that. Furious with Keir Starmer. It's a good one, though. Thank you, Mad Max. So Ilhan Omar is upset that we're investigating fraud and that's wasting taxpayer money. So recovering $9 billion of money stolen is wasted. Levitt needs to stick around a few minutes. Yeah, exactly. So check this out. This idiot.
I'm so exhausted in trying to ask.
That's because you're a moron. That's why you're exhausted. Here's your sign, sweetheart. Being stupid takes a lot of energy. Being a moron really drains people. So, just so you know that, Ilhan, being dumb as you are really is a draining experience.
What any of this, information has led to you finding any criminals that you have indicted that explains why you are wasting so much of our taxpayer resources?
Excuse me, recovering $9 billion and putting people in jail and preventing them from stealing another $9 billion is a waste of resources. See, oxygen thieves like this should be criminally indictable for stealing oxygen from the rest of us. She's just stealing oxygen. She's just stupid people.
And also terrorizing our communities in the amount of federal law enforcement agents that you have in the streets of our city and our state. There needs to be some sort of justification.
Oh, it makes me some sort of justification. They're coming to Minnesota and they're going after all my ugly Somali friends, coming after them for stealing money. Oh. Stupid people should wear signs.
Neon bright so we can find a way to dodge their tangled mess. Avoid their chaos more.
Say less. Ilyan. Wear a sign, wear a sign.
Save me from your twisted line. Wear a sign, wear a sign. Nada, nada, don't waste your time. Politicians dance and spin. Blatant lies with a practiced grin. Blame the moon, blame the stars. Blame the traffic or faulty cars. You think they're 6, not 35. Playing games to stay alive. Wear a sign, wear a sign. Save me from your twisted line.
She should wear a sign. Yeah, so I remember I've told you guys many, many times that under Ehud Barak, the Israelis offered a two-state solution, including a future negotiation over the status of dividing Jerusalem into zones of control for both states. And the terrorists under the PLO rejected this. Now, the left continues to forget this. They talk about Israel doesn't want a two-state solution. But Palestinians were offered a state on the entire West Bank and East Jerusalem as its capital. Israel accepted, Palestinians refused. They did not care about a home of Palestinians. They wanted to kill Israelis. This is Bill Clinton. And this is recently.
And the only time Yasser Arafat didn't tell me the truth was when he promised me he was going to accept the peace deal that we had worked out, which would have given the Palestinians a state on 96% of the West Bank and 4% of Israel, and they got to choose where the 4% of Israel was. So they would have the effect of the same land of all the West Bank. They would have a capital in East Jerusalem. They would have.
So that was last year during the Harris Waltz campaign. He admitted as late as then. I've told you for years that the Palestinians don't want peace. They want to kill the Jews and wipe them out. They don't want coexistence. They never wanted coexistence. Anti-Khamenei Iranians are clashing with pro-Hamas white liberal women in D.C. You can't make this crap up. The liberal white women support Islamist Hamas. The Iranians want to overthrow the Ayatollah. The liberals are gone insane. Look at these idiots. They're clashing with Iranians who are against the regime. White leftist idiot morons. This stuff just takes the cake, folks. You can't make this stuff up.
Iranian people peacefully having a protest, and these Democrats just to show up and turn up anti-ICE.
Look at them. Stupid white women should wear signs. Stupid white women should wear signs. Look at these white women harassing Iranians protesting in D.C. against the mullahs. Seriously? Seriously? You just can't make this stuff up, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this time it's not black girls, it's white girls. Well, there's black girls too. Black and white. Whoa, street brawl. Why do women always grab the hair, man? They always grab the hair. This is a heck of a fight. These tuballard white girls. Cops are spraying them all now. I love it. She's still punching, man. Stupid women. Too much to drink. They're all under arrest. I love it.
This nigga, if he look at me, I'm like 3 shots of a song. If this nigga look beastie, he gone.
Well, I can't play that. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't shoot the driver. The woman ran down this cop, 2 years in prison. Her car was at dead stop before accelerating just a few feet and hit the officer at nearly exact angle. Attempting to strike the officer in Minneapolis could easily cause a broken neck or death. I'm not going to show it, but I remember this. Yeah, when they gunned down a cop or run down a cop. Yep. Anyway, these people are freaking wackadoodles, man. What are you going to say about it? How we doing on likes? 236 likes. Got a little bit of super chat revenue. I think it's all from Mad Max. Thank you for the most part. Paid activists. Send them to go live under those dictators. Exactly. Protest therapy for woke-minded people. Go cook roadies. Local police are controlled by local politicians. That's correct. Many cops don't support leftist crap, but they can act. It's self-interest and cowardice. And if they do, they'll be fired or arrested. Yep. UAE said it's Great Britain is too dangerous to send their children because of radical Islam, so they cancel scholarships. Oh my goodness. Love this song. Said so many things. Sing it to my granddaughter when she does something stupid. Yeah. Life is difficult for stupid people. Dion, I think your answer was given by someone else. Anyway, guys, I need to wrap it up here. It's almost midnight. I've been at this since 8 o'clock in the morning. That's almost 16 hours ago. 16 hours ago. So I get some rest. I'll get up tomorrow. Got more to do. I've got to figure out taxes here. I've only got 4 days left to pay for it if I owe anything. So I've been taken out by someone claiming I'm making me rich. Oh my goodness. What, with $1 something super chats? Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. I see it. Crazy people. Crazy people. What I find interesting, Mad Max, is that people think that I work for them. They don't pay me a salary. They think that because they send me an email, I owe them something. Because they send me a WhatsApp unsolicited, that I owe them something. When I respond to them and don't like the answer, they attack me. I don't work for anybody here. I provide a free service to hundreds of thousands of people at the generosity of my time and my life because I enjoy it and I want to make a difference in people's lives. The same reason why I worked 18 hours a day for 17 months in Liberia rebuilding an army to make that country safe for the Liberians, because I was dedicated to my mission. When I take on a mission, I take it seriously. I don't half-step. Just like the Veterans Organization, where I'm getting pummeled and attacked by crybabies all the time who have no interest in the organization, but their own self-interest in running the place so they can turn it into their own little bowling league or their own little dart league or their own little pool league or their own little drinking club. Yeah, no, it's insane. Like the lady who wrote to me and says, I'm getting very concerned you haven't written back to me. Listen, sweetheart, you wrote to me 18 hours ago. 18 freaking hours ago. Yes, 26 hours ago. It crossed 3 dates on the calendar, but I haven't seen your message, and your expectations are unrealistic. I'm sort of busy. I'm a little busy. I've got other things going on. You know, you're not the only person on my bingo card. all out of the good of your heart, and you care for people, and then you have to deal with this. No, it's not nice, Mad Max. It's not nice. And it's just, and people who betray me, because their feelings are hurt or they didn't get their answers. These aren't true people. People aren't true when they aren't there when the times are difficult, when they fold their tent and walk away. Listen, I've been insulted and attacked by several people who I've generously and graciously allowed to come back to the chat and have treated them well. That's very magnanimous to me. I could just tell these people to F off, I didn't do that. Yeah, well, people don't give a crap about the Sabbath and about the Sunday. They don't care about that. They'll just be rude any time of the year. Conrad said, I made a difference in thousands of our lives. Thank you. You're very welcome. Buster B doesn't like anyone else. You're treading a line again. Mark says Israel owns Jordan and Egypt and everything else. Not really, man. Have you been to Jordan or Egypt? Hey, Kathy. How's it going? They should wear signs. Yep. What I really find rich, too, is when people come in the chat and they have a username. I don't know who they are. Mark Feldman, I don't know if that's Mark Feldman. That's someone that used a username like that. I assume it is. I assume that's Kathy Price and Greg Williams, but I don't know who you are. Unless I've met you. I don't know the provenance of you. You come into my chat and you start saying things that make no sense, and when I say that can't possibly be true, and this is the reason why, and then you run around and tell people I called you a liar. I call you a liar. You're deaf. Didn't pay attention to what I said. Nah, Krista, it's okay. That's what the mantle of leadership is all about. That's why I'm the commander of the Wyatt Army. Someone's got to be in charge. Charles, well, I was just in Idaho. I don't go there very often. It's not easy to get there. I got to go through Chicago. Although when I went through Chicago, I met Mike Pence, former vice president. All right, Vimpy Coon, have a good day. I'm going to stop here. I might do a video tonight. I have to look and see. Otherwise, I'll just get some rest and get up in the morning. I got a bit of a headache, and I'm hungry, and it's late. It is now almost midnight, so it's almost Monday on this end. You guys take care. Be sure to hit the like sign if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks for the super chats, and we will see you guys later. All right? All right. Thanks, guys. Be well. And most of you don't need signs. Trust me. Most of you don't need signs. Some people do. Most of you don't.